headlines, world news, red carpets and views, politics in the streets, not just suits on the news. From the culture to the chaos, we bring it. No crap. Man off the record, we tell it like it is. No fluff, no fear, just facts and real biz. Voices of the people, stories that connect. From gossip to the government, you know what's next.
Hey, 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 what's going on, everyone? It is Hump Day. I hope y'all ready for the show. Welcome to Off the Record. I am your host, Minion with Opinion, and I have my lovely co host next to me. I said what I said, and Foxy 2, Roxy 3. What's going on, ladies?
Hey, Minion, it's Winnie Wednesday, baby.
I know that's
Let's
right.
see
Come
who's
on,
gonna
Winnie
win the day.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Winnie Wednesday. Let's see who's gonna win the day, baby.
Oh, how you doing, Foxy? Foxy got us on mute.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Manya, how are you? How are you? I said what I said. And welcome to everyone to the Minions, and the Truth Telling Squad, and the Foxy Angels.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
I'm
I
doing
know that's
great,
right.
Fox.
And yes, I'm doing great as well. I hope everybody out there is doing great. We have a pretty interesting show for you guys today. We are not letting our foot off the pedal when it comes to talking about Christopher Clark. So I hope you guys are ready to have some facts released and some information to evaluate and analyze. We're going to talk about it all today. Um, do you want to speak to anybody in the chat? I said
Sure,
what I said before I get
sure.
started.
Yeah. Hey, Excomplicated. Thanks for being here tonight. Happy Wednesday to you, Carol Morton. Thank you for being here tonight. And you know what? I want to shout out to my Nightbot. This is my first time using Nightbot, so shout out to the Nightbot.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Nightbot.
baby. Yeah, I'm trying to get this technology together,
Yeah.
Minion.
I know that's right.
Yeah, every time I come on, I want to try to do something new. And hi to you, Shelly C., one of my moderators. Thank you for being here tonight.
What's good, Shelly?
What's good? Yeah. And
All
of
right.
course, we got you guys here, Foxy, Roxy, and Minion with an opinion. And hello to you, Nesto Shuffle Walker Shane. What's good tonight, ma'am? We have Ramona in the house.
Hey, hey, hey. What's going on,
Hi,
Ramona?
Ramona. Hello, everyone.
And so far, that's it,
Uh
guys.
oh, prima donna in the
Oh,
Prima
building. She
Donna.
finally caught alive. What? This gonna be a real good show today, then. All right. Well, guys, we have a lot to discuss. Again, like I said, you guys are probably going to hear a lot of people talking about a lot of different things as it pertains to Harvey. What we want to do is provide you guys with the proof, the facts, black and white, so you guys can make your own decisions and yeah, so you guys can make educated decisions. So let's get into the first thing that we're going to talk about, which of course y'all know the reason why y'all are here. So we could talk about this clown. I'm sorry, the mayor of Harvey, Christopher Clark. So let's see here, y'all. All right, we wanted to actually start off, guys, because Mayor Clark has a history of just being a vile, just scum of the earth human being. And the reason why I say that, guys, is because this is a former older woman who felt like he was trying to intimidate her. So we're going to start off this presentation with what she put in the newspaper, basically saying that she will not be intimidated. All right. And it says in response to the unfounded allegations brought by Charles
Mm.
X Clarence C. Clark. Now I don't know.
Baby, that's
How
his
did Charles?
whole. Where
back
did you
into
get it? That's his whole government name, baby.
whole government. Whole government. Okay, so Charles is also a part of his name, it looks like, from what this is. We're gonna have to look into that. And I guess he made this allegation at the Harvey City Council meeting regarding her residency. She said it's not illegal to own more than one piece of property in Harvey, and if anyone wishes to challenge her in court, they can challenge her in a court of law. Please feel free to challenge her. This petty politics and backstabbing is exactly what's holding Harvey back. All right. And I refuse to be intimidated by anyone because I will not vote the way they want. I will continue to serve my ward. I will continue to put out the Third Ward newsletter, and I will continue to provide seniors and youth activities to the Third Ward and more. And in closing, if Mr. Clarence X. Clark feels something is wrong, I will see him in court. These are my last words on the subject. Gloria J. Taylor. God damn it. All right, so that was her message to Clark. She ain't backing down, and neither are the residents who want to speak up for what's going on in Harvey and the lack of transparency. All right, so what we're going to talk about, guys, is the reason why Clarence Clark is so mad. We done figured it out. Now, this is all allegedly, guys. So just so we all are clear, everything that we say on this show is for educational entertainment purposes. We do advise that we encourage you to do your own research. However, we are going to be showing you guys something in black and white. So we know how Christopher Clark is basically strong arming these businesses into paying an additional fee of either $20,000 up front for a year to allow them to operate. If they're behind on their taxes, they can either pay $20,000 up front, they can pay I think it's what, half up front, 12,000 up front, and then half at the time that they need, whatever that time is, and they'll be paying 24, or they could pay a monthly fee of 2,400, which is like 30,000 over the course of a year. All right. And the reason why he's doing this is so that he can get these businesses out. The reason why is because Mr. Clark, he lost his business from not paying taxes. All right. So it says David Orr, County Clerk of Cook County, do hereby certify that a deposit for redemption was made in my office for the property and taxes described below and in the amount herein set forth. So he lost his property one time due to not paying property taxes. All right. And he went ahead and paid it, and he was able to get his property back. Now he paid those delinquent taxes, but he fell behind again. And unfortunately, that second time he wasn't able to pay the additional taxes to get his property back. All right, this is from what we've been told. And this is the document that shows that he actually had to pay off those prior year taxes that he refused to pay. All right. And since he lost his business due to not paying taxes, we are basically saying that maybe the reason why he's doing strong arming these businesses is because he got his business taken from him when he didn't pay his taxes. So now he's doing the same thing. What do you guys think? Foxy, I said what I said. What about you? What do y'all think? Do y'all agree?
Well, I agree because it seems like, okay, I lost my businesses. I didn't pay my taxes. I twice. And so why should I let you go and operate your business and you didn't pay your taxes? So if I didn't pay mine and can't keep my business, you can't you know you don't pay yours, you can't keep your business. So I'm just going to shut them all down. Not realizing that you're hurting yourself in the process of making an arrangement or a payment plan with them to try to help them out. because now you don't have a pharmacy, you don't have a grocery store, you don't have a lot of other businesses that was in your town. Now people have to go somewhere else and take their revenue. So you're losing money instead of gaining money, and still try to make an agreement with the people to make a payment plan. And if they don't honor the plan, then you have to step to what you have to step to. But right now, you heard in your city where you call your throne because you act like you a king of your little castle, and you tearing down your own city.
Exactly. And he's actually caused a lot of businesses to have to pack up and move elsewhere. So that revenue or that tax revenue or, you know, the taxes that they would receive, I mean, he completely cut out any opportunity to receive them. So, um,
Exactly. I wholeheartedly agree also. Um, it's retaliation. It appears to be retaliation. And the difference is, though, they gave you an opportunity. They followed the law, so it's like I'm gonna follow the law to a T. Well, they followed the law for you also. You just fell behind again. So really, who fault is that? And why are you falling behind? You have these businesses. They send you a tax record. Every I'm sure. I get my tax record, I believe, in April of every year. And so they're sending you your bill. So why aren't you paying your taxes? And it's not anybody else's fault that you didn't take care of your own business. And so, don't try to take that out on anybody else because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. So now everybody have to pay because you didn't do the right thing. Make that make sense.
I agree. Um, and so basically, what we're saying is that the reason why he's so pressed about making these businesses pay is for retaliatory reasons, basically, because he's butthurt that it happened to him, and so now he's basically saying, "I'm going to go ahead and enforce a different rule." And I'm going to go ahead and get these businesses closed. That's what it seems like to us. That's what it looks like to us. You guys make your own determination, but let's look at something else. The next thing I want us to look at is the reason they keep throwing this narrative that the comptroller is stealing the money from the city. It's the comptroller's reason why they can't have anything nice. Nobody's paying taxes. The comptroller's stealing the money. Everybody is against Harvey. All right. So leave it to them. They're the victims. But what we're saying is that maybe just maybe, it is Clark's fault. And the reason why, the comptroller sent out a letter, and you got to see the date on this letter. It says November 1st, 2024. You guys see Eugene, that guy, that name, attorney. And you guys see notice of forced audit. Dear Eugene, whatever that last name is, it says the Illinois Office of Comptrollers Local Government Division has a statutory obligation to facilitate the financial reporting process for local governments and to assist local governments in complying with their mandated fiscal responsibilities. Per Illinois Statute 50 ILCS 310, Governmental Account Audit Act 55 ILCS 5/6-31004, countless code audits, and that one as well. You guys see it. Units of local government are required to file an annual financial report, AFR, audit report, and tax increment finance, TIF report, if applicable, with the LGD within the specified time frame. Reports not filed in a timely manner are delinquent and consequently subject to fines and forced audit. The LGD is in receipt of your response to the notice of forced audit letter. In it, the city of Harvey admitted that it had not submitted its statutory required reports for fiscal years 2022 and 2023, specifically its audit reports, AFRs, and TIF reports. and was therefore non-compliant. Moreover, the city failed to present statutory acceptable reasons why it was non-compliant. The city also failed to present a compliance plan with reasonable minimal requirements such as engagement letter from a contracted CPA firm with acceptable completion dates. Consequently, the compliance plan has been rejected, and the IOC will be issuing a notice of assignment to a CPA firm for fiscal years 2022 and 2023 AFR audit report and TIF reports. All right. And it says, please present this letter to the city of Harvey. As always, I am available to help answer any questions. So what this letter is showing us is that basically because Harvey was out of compliance with submitting their financial reports, they were going to be required to hire a CPA to do a audit. Is that correct, Foxy? Maybe you can explain this a little bit better for us.
One is giving them a notice of assignment to a CPA firm. Either they'll find one themselves or the comptroller of Illinois will assign one for them to do a thorough audit on where all the money is. Evidently, the comptroller of Harvey has submitted their reports and have lacked to send in for 2022 and 23. So everything is rejected because nothing is adding up. It sounds like the same way it was with Dalton. The stuff was going in, but it wasn't adding up. So now they either they get one, the comptroller are going to assign a CPA firm to do a thorough audit of their reports and their money. So that's what's going on. That's the reason why they kept telling them, we don't have a report right now. We don't have a report right now. Because right now they're getting audited. And it's hurting them because now in the meanwhile, while they're getting audited, they're getting, they're taking the money, for back taxes.
Right.
and he and he has not complied to none of the back taxes. So now they take it out of the grant money.
So basically, what you're saying is that they gave him an opportunity to get in compliance. He decided not to do what he was supposed to do. And so the comptroller moved forward with going ahead and garnishing wages because Mayor Clark decided that he didn't need to get the audit, he didn't need to get into compliance. And so he doesn't care that the funds are getting audited from the city because it's his fault. He literally can
Right.
make sure that the financial report is sent out, and he,
And see what it is, the garnishment can go up every year. That's the problem. And it's going to do just like Dalton. Dalton was going up until a point that they saw that this wasn't affecting them to get in compliance. So eventually they're going to take any money that's supposed to come to the city and hold it until they get into compliance. So now, right now, the city is really, is kind of in a financial scrap right now because he did not do what he needed to do in 22 and 23. We don't know how far he is between 24 and 25. So that's going to be another issue. Oh, the further behind they get, the more they're going to garnish those grants, that grant money that they give to all the cities from the state. So they're not stealing from you. They're doing it. That's just like anybody else. If you behind on your taxes, they're going to garnish your check. They're going to garnish your taxes. You got federal, they're going to garnish your state. If you don't have no money in federal, they're going to go after your state if you're getting any money back. That's what they do because they want their money. And they done gave you so many years. This has been back since 2018. This is 2025. And you still not in compliance. And you've been in there for 2 terms. You in your second term, you still haven't got the city in compliance. You went in 2019. So your mayor is sitting back saying it's you all's fault, but it's not. And a lot of the tax money is going towards his camera system. He got a camera system, police camera pointed at a house that he's not occupying. He got two cruisers sitting in front of his house that he's not occupying, and then he has his um, police detail. So the tax money is funding those things right there, which that money could be going to the comptrollers for the help with the compliance. So there's where all your money going. You always asking where's the money. Well, that's part of it right there.
Well,
And
I'll
if
say
you got
this.
all these officers and cars and you got the vehicles. Brian was standing out there with those officers. He showed at least 8 to 10 vehicles that's government issued, that's not being used. So that's money right there that's going out the window. Then you got his, like I said, he got his police patrolling, riding with him everywhere. That's gas money, and plus you got to pay the insurance and the taxes on those vehicles. Then you got, the police sitting outside of the house. That's 24 hours. Then you got the camera that's being monitored 24 hours, but you don't have a 911 center. Make that make sense.
So he's using the funds the way he want to use them instead of paying the bills the way he need to use them. Instead of hiring a CPA to get them in compliance, he's hiring the money to get him security. And for what? What does he need security for?
He think I'm telling y'all, this is Tiffany 2.0. This man is, and the reason why I'm saying that is because we're gonna talk about his security that he's paying for in one of the incidents that took place a little while back. And then we're gonna do a little bit more investigation, but we're gonna talk about it today because it definitely raises a lot of questions on my end. But you know what? I think that he doesn't even want to get the finances in order. He doesn't care about that because instead of working to get the finances, because he doesn't want to have the finances shown. So instead of trying to, get the garnishment off and get into compliance, he's looking for alternative financial partners, like investors and developers that are coming in. And so he can kind of skirt having to, get in compliance because I think if he's not in compliance, am I right? They're not gonna be eligible to receive grants or anything
Mm-mm.
like that, correct?
Right. That's what she
That
just
is
said,
correct.
that they're going to continue to take
That
their
is
money
correct
until they get in
because
compliance.
that's just like if you delinquent in a loan. Okay, say you go out here, you get a credit card, you get a loan, and you delinquent in that. Do you think anybody else is going to loan you any money or give you any money if you've applied for it? So now that he can't apply for any more grants, could he get out of get into compliance? He got to get the revenue some other way. So now why he bringing all those people in and doing all this land grabbing, because that's the only way it's going to keep funding the city before the city is going to be really no city.
And he's
Right.
so slick because just like Jed said that he had offered him an under the table deal. And like I said, if he's offering Jed under the table deals, who knows what kind of conversations he's having with other people that actually have money. And
And if this
so,
keep and if this keep up, won't the state just take over the city if he keep it up and not
well, they're
get
paying
compliant?
of it. They just getting it garnished. So it's like it's getting paid down. I guess is that.
Yeah, but you
No,
can
that's
never
not
catch.
correct. It's
And
not.
also,
It's
you
not
can't
going
catch
to catch
up
up.
either.
It's what's going to happen is that what's going to happen is it's not that the state going to take over. There's no be no more funding coming into the city at all from the state. The same way they did with Dalton. They cut Dalton off. What money they would have been coming in the village, they stopped it. They cut it off cold. So that's going to what's going to eventually happen with Harvey. They're going to cut that funding or that grant money that been coming in to try to help them with their roads and everything else. It's going to get cut off because the money is not going to them, and they're not going to keep funding you if you're not giving them any money back.
Mm-hmm. But that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get as much probably, this is all alleged. This is just my opinion. But I think that he's trying to get as many under the table deals as he possibly can to line his pockets. Because I mean, it's almost kind of like he's like, oh, y'all coming in with money? Well, you have how much you money say? Okay, yeah, you can have any place you want. Oh, those 15 houses, take them. How much you say you give? Okay, yeah, you can have them. Go ahead, take them. So that's the only thing I feel like he's trying to hurry up and get as many deals in as he possibly can, so he can get some, what
Skirt
do
the
you call
system.
it? What do you call it? Kickback money.
Kickbacks, yeah.
Get some of that
And
kickback money.
Minion, we've had a lot of people come in the
Pay to
chat.
play.
Exactly, Foxy. Let's greet some people that came into the chat. We have Dave Bryson. Hey to you, Dave. Thanks for
What's
being here
good,
tonight.
Dave?
Hi, Dave.
We had the cynical one come in. Hello to you, cynical one.
What's good?
Hi, Cynical One.
And we had, let's see, oh, Justin. Hey, Justin. Thanks for being here tonight.
Hey,
Hi,
what's up?
Justin Boo.
And we also had Ricardo Montavo.
Hi, Ricardo.
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 What's good, Ricardo?
Ricardo.
Okay.
Just having fun, Ricardo. Just having a little fun. And we have Mr. LC to you. Okay, Mr.
Okay,
LC.
Mr.
I got you.
LC.
All
Okay, he
right,
said
Mr.
Mr.
Okay,
LC.
LC to
Mr.
you.
LC.
Yeah,
That's
it's
Mr.
LC.
LC to
Miss
you.
put a handle on my name. So Mr. LC said Chrissy Poo is a great liar and is the master of deflection. There's so much more I could say, but I'll just listen and shut the F up. What
Oh,
y'all, what's up, y'all? Laugh out loud. Well, tell us more, Mr. LC.
tell
You
us
ain't gotta be
more.
quiet. Hey, Alicia.
No, you
She
don't have to
say,
Also,
be quiet.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Fox.
Go ahead, LC. Tell us what's going on. Give us some more scoop. See what we have missed that you got that we can cover.
And Alicia, thank you for being in the chat tonight. She say, why do Jed name have to come up?
I know, right? I
Right,
know. I mean, he put himself in the mix. He's his little lapdog now. That's
right.
that's his little puppet.
Everybody getting
You pulling them
allegedly,
strings.
yeah, everybody allegedly getting these kickbacks. So we got to
Okay,
bring it
these
up.
under the table deals. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Allegedly.
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 Allegedly. All right. All right. So before we go into any more details about what we're gonna talk about with Christopher Clark, Chrissy Poo, Pissy Chrissy, Milk Dud Man. What else could the Pillsbury Doughboy?
Toothless.
The gummy
Oh
man.
yeah, Toothless. Uh, yeah, we need some good names for him, y'all. We need some good names.
Hey, Mario. Yeah, if y'all
Look,
got a good name, put it in the chat so we can try to make, maybe we'll use one of y'all good names y'all have for him. Hey, Jet Black 8, thank you for being here tonight.
was good. Okay, but what is going on with the drinking water in Harvey? All right, so yeah, we got this letter that was basically says important information about your drinking water. Public water system failed to correct the significant deficiencies within required time frame. Our water system recently violated a drinking water requirement. Although this incident was not an emergency, as our customers, you have the right to know what happened and are doing to correct this situation. And what oh, I don't know if that's right, but okay. A routine inspection conducted on November 4th, 2021 by the EPA found that the deficiencies identified during the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency's February the 17th, 2021 sanitary survey had not been corrected. We were required to take action to correct this deficiency. However, we failed to take this action by the deadline established by the EPA. Oh, so they just basically said they're incompetent. All right. So what should I do? There is nothing you need to do. You do not need to boil your water or take any corrective actions. However, if you have specific health concerns, consult your doctor. If you have a severely compromised immune system, have an infant, are pregnant, or are elderly, you may be at increased risk and should seek advice from your healthcare providers about drinking this water. General guidelines on ways to lessen the risk of infection by microbes are available from EPA Safe Drinking Water, and that's the hotline. All right. And what does this mean? You guys see what it says. This is not an emergency if it had not been, whatever. But guys, they sent this out in June of 2023. So this was literally like 2 years after, or 1 year after. So y'all let us know, is the drinking water still good? Because apparently no one has any updates on whether or not the drinking water has become drinkable. So we're going to be looking into that. But yeah, that's pretty disturbing. What do you guys think about the drinking water? It's kind of taking me back to Flint, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Okay, Flint 2.0. And also, if this letter was made in 2023 and nothing has been done, this letter will have to be changed because you will have to do something regardless if you have a compromised immune system or infant or whatever. At this point, everybody's going to be at risk, in my opinion, if nothing has been done about it. So that's what I got to say about it.
Okay. I mean, can you go back up and let me see the actual date at the top, if you don't mind, please?
And also, Minion, can you
Okay.
put us on the side so that they can see the letters? Because we're blocking the letters when you put them up here.
I sure can. Let me go ahead and get us um, switched over.
Okay, that's better.
Much better.
All right. All right.
Okay. Okay. The reason why I asked to go back to the top, because if you notice, it said a routine inspection was conducted November of 2021. They just sent this out in 2023. So it was 3 years later. 3 years later. And they said that the Illinois EPA, they didn't found that the deficiencies identified during the Illinois EPA of 20 February 17th, 2021. So you telling me that they found this in 2021, they did a routine inspection on November 4th, 2021, and now you just sending out this notice to everybody in 2023, two
And
years
look,
later?
and Ramona says, as a resident, we don't if that has been resolved or not, the water situation. So they didn't even send out any notices to let the residents know whether or not this water situation has been resolved, but they're still steady going up on the water bill,
That part. That's
and the
another
water's
issue they need to bring
contaminated.
up. They need to bring that up in the meeting. Has that been resolved? And if so, can they have documentation showing that it has to the residents that it has been resolved? Because that's a very serious issue.
Very serious.
And dangerous.
And Clarky Poo,
Right.
Miss Pissy Chrissy, obviously that's not one of the things that he's concerned with. So unfortunately, it looks like the residents are gonna, and obviously not neither is the puppet that's going around. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. But nobody seems to be concerned. So you know, I feel like you guys should probably feel
So he's not concerned about the water, but he's concerned about putting a pond up, right? Make
a
that make sense.
retention
Right.
pond, right?
A retention pond. So is
But he's
this
not worried about the drinking water
yeah,
for the
so
people.
is this retention pond going to improve the drinking water if anyone
N-
knows?
nope. That's only for the water to drain off. Which
Yeah.
another thing about the retention pond. How you gonna put a retention pond up on a hill and water runs downhill? So how's the water gonna run to the retention
Uphill.
pond
Right.
uphill? So
Right.
now that makes make people go all over again. A retention pond up on a hill, the water running downhill. So how's that supposed to help with the flooding if the water is still going, it's still flooding because it's not going to go
The
uphill, it's
retention
going to go
pond
down.
gonna flood and start pouring into the damn houses below.
And that ain't even gonna happen with that because there's no water that's gonna be well, yeah, you're right. The retention pond gonna fill up and the water gonna flood the people in the they call it a little valley.
And Ramona says she don't drink the water due to the letter that you're reading at this time.
Yeah, but you know how many families probably don't have a choice, you know? So
Right.
people don't have the luxury to be able to buy bottled water or,
Well, they
have
definitely
that.
would need to boil it if they are. Try to
Right.
boil some of the micro germs out of it.
Now you know the
And
people
that
ain't
would be
boiling
their
their
best
water.
bet is to boil it. That
Well,
would
I
be their
mean,
best bet.
but if you're cooking, if you're cooking, Flint had to boil their water for a long time.
Do y'all remember growing up and drinking water out the water hose or just
Right.
out the
Anywhere,
faucet? Yeah,
right.
just not
Anywhere
even
except for the toilet.
right, right.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
wouldn't do that now though. I don't even trust, even cities that haven't that say that they're in compliance. I still don't trust them. I just don't.
Yeah.
So,
I
No.
don't either. I boil my water if I'm gonna get any out the sink. If I run out of bottled water, I
right.
boil my water, and I mean I boil it till it can't boil no more. Then I
Hmm.
let it cool off and then use it. But otherwise, I don't drink none of that water. Just regular water out of the sink because no, that's not gonna be cool for me.
Right. Hey,
On my
Stephanie, thanks
body,
for
on my
being
stomach, on my kidneys.
right. Hey,
Exactly.
Stephanie, thank you for being here. And Ramona say some people are affected by the water. I'm going to ask in the next meeting, and she'll let you know, Minion.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ramona.
Thank you, Ramona. That would be an honor for you to do that for us.
Now, one of the things I also want us to talk about, going back to Clark, is this crime rate that has been running rampant in Harvey, and what seemingly based off of what is the city data is stating. It looks like he basically for the last 5 years. Now, this report was released. Um, I believe this is for 2023, and they said over the last 5 years, so that's what since 2018, that the crime had been getting increasingly violent. They've been seeing a rise in property crimes, and we're gonna have somebody come on to speak to those statistics and how that translates into the residents' personal experiences in Harvey. But what I thought was very interesting is this report that was brought up that I don't really hear a lot of people talk about, because we were talking about his personal private detail, security detail. Well, his security detail was involved in the shooting outside of Harvey, and was very peculiar. So let's look at this video real quick.
Good evening. I'm Erica Sargent.
Great to have you with us. I'm Joe Donlin. We begin here at 10 with a breaking news update on a story we first broke. A security detail for the Harvey mayor stopped a robbery in Old Town, but there are questions tonight about whether they should have fired shots.
CBS 2's Jermont Terry is live tonight on North and Halstead. Jermont.
Erica and Joe, several shots went off in this neighborhood this afternoon, and they all came from the mayor of Harvey's security detail. While they did witness an armed robbery, part of the investigation by CPD tonight is trying to determine if they should have even opened fire in this neighborhood in the first place.
Like, first off, you're not even in your city. I'm sorry to cut it off, but you're not even in your city. Why don't you just call their police? Just call 911. What is that just not an option anymore? You just say, okay, guards, go get them. Or do y'all think this was maybe something that it was a sting? They was trying to set somebody up.
No, what I think is, first of all, it was out of their jurisdiction, and they do have, excuse me, the power to arrest somebody because they are officers. They
They're
are
not
police.
officers. No, they're not.
No, no, his security detail is police officers. That's why I was saying earlier, his just like
Listen
Tiffany
to it
had her police.
again. Or they may be now, but during this, they were not licensed police officers.
Okay,
Listen, you want, but what you're gonna say?
yeah. Well, if they're security guards and they're armed security, no, they can't even go. that was out of their jurisdiction, and it was not in their contract to even do any of that. What if that's the case?
Let's listen real quick. Let's
Well,
listen one more time,
okay.
just to make sure. I don't want to make sure.
Robbery in Old Town rather, but there are questions tonight about whether they should have fired shots.
CBS 2's Jermont Terry is live tonight on North and Halstead. Jermont.
Erica and Joe, several shots went off in this neighborhood this afternoon, and they all came from the mayor of Harvey's security detail. While they did witness an armed robbery, part of the investigation by CPD tonight is trying to determine if they should have even opened fire in this neighborhood in the first place. Nearly a half dozen bullet casings lined the sidewalk at Halstead near North Avenue, remnants of a shooting in Old Town. Chicago police tell us this man was waiting on the bus when someone in a black Jeep jumped out and attempted to rob him at gunpoint. At the light, sitting in this black SUV, Harvey Mayor Christopher Clark, along with his private security detail. CPD says Clark's security guard jumped out of the SUV with his weapon and fired at the robber. Those shots shattered the back window of the gunman's Jeep and did stop the robbery. Yet the only shots came from the mayor's team. This was not an exchange of gunfire. The city of Harvey telling us Clark's detail fired only in an effort to protect the mayor when the masked robber turned towards the detail with the gun pointed. But keep in mind, several shots filled the air at the busy intersection by private guards, not sworn officers. As CPD investigates, part of the ongoing probe is to determine if the private security overstepped when they pulled the trigger.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
so they were
Yeah,
private guards, not sworn officers, but they
right.
made the story saying that the person pointed the gun to them.
But
Right.
also, but still, though, they're not a. It's private security. The only thing they're supposed to secure is the mayor. And
Right. They could have
technically,
drove off. I
right.
mean,
And technically, if they find out that the robbers were running away from them, and then they're gonna be found guilty, and whatever charges that they're gonna file, they're gonna be found in not in compliance, because they're not real police. They haven't had the training. And the law says that they're not if someone is running away, they're not an imminent threat to you. So you can't fire at somebody just because you seen them doing a crime, especially if you're private security. Private security means just that, private. And so you haven't been trained, you're not on the police force, so you have no jurisdiction over what happens in another city. All you have to do is you're supposed to be
reported.
protecting. Yeah, you're just supposed to be protecting the mayor and the mayor only. And if they wasn't doing anything to the mayor, then they're not in compliance.
Right. And who first off, who targets a man at a bus stop to rob if you gonna rob somebody? But how much can you get from the guy in the bus at the bus stop? I would rob somebody maybe at a gas station or something, but I mean I wouldn't rob anyone at all. Let me correct myself,
Well,
but
well,
Right.
depends on if they have been following this guy. Now, if this guy just came out of the bank and they feel that that person might have some money, then yeah, that would be, the ideal target. But if
right.
that person had been sitting, we don't know how long that truck or that person or them people in that vehicle have been watching this person. And if you come out of the bank, they tell you a lot of times, be careful and watch your surroundings when you come out of a bank. So if that person had came out of a bank and went to the bus stop to go home or go to pay a bill or go to the next stop to get a money order, they know this person got some money. So that was their chance of taking and hoping that when they came out of the bank, they must have some money and they're going to rob them.
I feel like that would have been included in the news report if that was the case. They would have said,
But if it's an ongoing investigation, they're not going to give you that information to start off with.
And that's what
They're
they're
just going
doing.
to tell
They're
you
they're investigating. So they're looking at the footage, and you know, so
everything.
so they better hope that they did point that gun at them. That's the only way that they had. That's the only way that they had a right to shoot
self
their,
defense.
yeah, for
Right.
self defense, because they have the same rights as anyone else when it comes to private security. The only thing they can do is self defense. Other than that,
Right.
charges
It'll be
may be
criminal.
yeah
Right.
charges may be coming down the pipeline. I don't know. Allegedly.
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 Allegedly. Yeah.
All right. So Yeah, look, I guess there's only a few more seconds in, so we could just finish it out real quick. 30 more seconds.
No injuries to the man that was waiting on the CTA bus, the mayor, or anyone from the security detail. We do not know tonight if those shots fired actually hit the would-be robber. We are told.
See, that makes me think that maybe the people were following him, and maybe they paid the boy off and say, "Hey, just say that the man was trying to rob you or whatever." You
No,
know,
I don't think that because that would be too obvious to shoot at and shoot at, shooting and break out the windows and all that for the would be robber. That would be just too much of a
or
stage.
maybe they were targeting the would-be robber, and
Well,
maybe the would-be robber got away, and they had to, because they were the only ones shooting. So the would-be robber didn't shoot any time, not one time. And
well,
if
I,
somebody
No.
is a criminal and you shoot at them,
right.
I just don't see them just taking it like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, let me just say this to Fox's remark. I don't feel like it's a stretch because look at what Agent Orange did to get reelected. And I know we're not talking about him, but he staged a whole shooting at one of his rallies.
Allegedly,
So
but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
allegedly, and then wore that damn 4x4 in his ear for a while, to play like so he staged it all. Allegedly, is it looks staged to us, and so I don't feel like it's a stretch because you just never know what shenanigans people will pull just to make themselves look, relevant or to support the theory or the story or whatever it is that they're trying to put out there. So I don't feel like it's a stretch.
Well, I guess because of me living in Washington D.C. and I know that's a regular occurrence here. They will jump out of the car and rob you in a minute if they see you come out of a bank. So it's that's the reason why I can see it that way.
Well,
If that
that's what
man
I'm
came out of
saying.
the
That's
bank,
a very easy, a believable story. It's a very, especially for the neighborhood that they're in right now, too, right? So, who would question that? That happens all the time.
Exactly. Hey, Lady T Bug.
Perfect alibi. What's
hi,
up,
Lady
Lady T
Diva.
Bug?
Lady
All
Diva
right,
in the
in
house.
the house. All right. No, but yeah, I think that it's definitely something. Woo woo! All right. All right, y'all. But yeah, I think that it's anything is on the table with this man. I think that he's capable of just about anything, to be honest.
I agree. I totally agree.
Well, I guess you're right. I can see it you all's way because Tiffany has done some stunts too that was just outright. Ooh, okay.
We have
So
a
anybody,
story. I don't know if you were with us when we got briefed, but we will be having somebody come on who's going to give us a story that is just outrageous and crazy as it relates to Christopher Clark. And once you hear this story, I think your opinion about whether or not this could be possible might change a lot after you hear this story. Um,
okay,
yeah, but also, I mean, if you also look at the crime rate in Harvey, that's what I was looking at right here. You guys see, they get a F according to
wow.
crimegrade.org. Harvey has a F, so they're not doing
And they
really
got
good.
an effort. You got to think about it. If your detail is taken up part, if the police officers are his detail now, your police officers are your detail. You got a police officers here, there, and everywhere. They at the town hall doing the meetings. Half of them in the town hall instead of being on the street dealing with the crime. So I mean, how would you get an A or a B if you go, except for get an F because they're not doing what they need to do because they're catering to him.
Exactly.
And don't that and isn't that the story that sound very familiar? What someone else was doing, right next door.
Hmm.
Yep, and she was trying to do it, and thank God to the trustees that they fought it in every which way they could. But the problem is, you got another one that's not too far from them in Flint, Michigan, that's doing the same thing. They're weaponizing, they're using the police. They got half the police in their town hall doing their meeting. They got more police than they do people in their meetings to police the people. So, it seems like it's becoming a everyday thing for them. Okay, let's put the police in here, sick the police on the residents and shut them up so we can do what we want to do. And it's just not fair. And that people are getting carried away with it. But I'm so glad that they have Jason House in the house and he's showing them a model mayor. He's coming in by himself. He's leaving by himself in his own vehicle. He don't have you know, no escorts, no police escorts are running around with him. He's in throughout the neighborhood meeting people. He's not sitting and telling people we can't see you except for on this day and this time during this hour. He's making himself seen and he's talking to the people and answering the questions and trying to do what he can to help make the people whole. And you got these other mayors that's going around here just doing what Tiffany was doing.
And the meetings don't take as long no more. There's no more shouting and screaming, and the
And
agenda is
even when the
getting,
people do come in and shout and scream like Trina,
yeah,
well, she didn't shout and scream. Let me not say that. Let me not put that on her. She actually was very calm in
right.
comparison
Okay,
to what
Justin, I hate to see you leave, but have a good evening. Thank you for dropping in.
But the meetings, what I wanted to say about the meetings were they're the way the meetings should have been conducted all the time. And if a
Right.
That's
residents want to speak, the microphones are not turned down or turned off. They're not timed. Not, I'm pretty sure if somebody get up there and go on a rant, then yeah, they're gonna time you. But they basically letting the people get their voice, let their voice being heard, and treating them with some respect and dignity, and that's all it takes. Regardless if they
exactly.
agree with you, regardless if you agree with them or not, it's very important to listen to the people concerns because they're the ones whose money that that's paying your salary.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And let me see here. Okay, so yeah, you're right. I think that they do need to start listening to the people, but do y'all want to get into the unpopular stuff that's probably going to get people to unsubscribe now?
Sure.
All right.
Let,
Well,
let's let it rip. Let's see what happens.
I'm sure you guys already know what we're about to talk about.
And
All
stop
right.
making assumptions. Everybody may not feel that way, so we apologize
I'm
for
just
that.
playing. I'm just
Oh, okay.
playing.
I'm like,
I'm
don't
just
make that
playing.
assumption. The people may want to hear this.
Some people be getting real sensitive when you start
Well,
bringing up the orange agent,
well, it's all
Agent
right.
Orange,
It's all right. Agent
the
Orange.
agent, the chaos agent. She like, what is it? Uh-oh. All right, y'all. Let's get into we're gonna take it off of Clark for a little while. Okay, for the rest of the show, we're not gonna talk about Clark. But he does have a lot of explaining to do, and we got a lot of exposing to do, y'all. So we got a lot of stuff that's gonna be coming out.
Right.
Um,
That's all I was gonna say. We ain't done with him yet, though. We just done for right now. But let's read this
Oh,
quick comment
yeah.
From Audra Banks. And hey, Audra, thanks for being here tonight. She says most Harvey police officers are gang members or former gang members. Some are not even certified. I heard maybe this is why crime is so rampant. I heard several officers were shaking down dealers
mm,
allegedly. Let me
And
throw
that
that
wouldn't
in there.
surprise me none.
Huh?
That wouldn't surprise me none because they was doing it here in D.C. till they shut, buckled down on them and got a new chief who didn't tolerate that. But they was doing that at one time. I used to live in a certain area of D.C. and it was one way in and one way out. And they used to people come in to do their dealing, and on their way out, the police would shake them down, take their drugs, take their money, and send them on their merry way, but never would arrest them. So that would not surprise me.
hmm Well, we gonna definitely be investigating. I guess we gonna have to go ahead and
Well,
get.
also, it might be true because one of the young men that was in Ryan's video when they was going to pay those tickets and everything. Said the young man, he said he was
Took
stopped
his
for
stuff, but he said he got it
took
back.
he got it back, but the thing is, they took it in the first place, which was legal.
Right.
The drugs was legal, it purchased legally, and they gave it back to him. But the point was that they took it, put him in handcuffs and all this stuff, and searched the car without his permission. So this would not be too much untrue, because the gentleman said he experienced this himself. So that might be the reason why the crime rate is going up. And then now they worried about giving people tickets for grass grown too high and not mowed at a certain time, or they get a ticket. And my thing is, the tickets that they're giving them for a busted headlight, or going 5 miles or 10 miles over the speed limit, and all these other things that they're coming up with the grass and all that, the amount of money they are charging these people are outrageous, from $200 to $500. And I live in Washington D.C., where we got 78,000 people, and we don't even pay tickets that high, even for our grass.
Exactly. That's outrageous. And for anybody to say, well, you shouldn't have did what you was doing. No, even if they did it, the fine should not be $500.
$200 to $500.
Two
The
hundred to
one
five
Right.
lady
hundred dollars.
Right.
she
The
got a
most
$200 she got a $200 ticket because her grass wasn't mowed at a certain time. A $200
But
ticket.
that's standard though, Fox, because that's what it is in my hometown. And hey, Carlita Poole, thanks for being here. But $200 is standard because the city will charge you that amount because they feel like you can pay someone less money to get your yard done, and if they have to come out and do it, then that's what they're going to charge you. So I've received one of those tickets before, and but I was in
They
the
say
I
we
was
want
I was in the Metroplex, and it was still $200, but that's in Dallas, so
But ain't the
that's not
grass
that
cutting
low.
fines 500?
For Harvey it is, so that's what she was saying is too high. But the 200 for the grass is not. That's standard. And hey, Bonds, thanks for being here. That's a standard
But I was
price
just
though.
saying, here, I guess because I'm here in Maryland and here in DC, we have homeowner association, and ours is 100 to 125, but that much is just, first of all, they give them a warning. They don't just fine them off the top. They give them a
Yeah, that's
warning.
true.
And then once you have not complied after a certain length of time, then they give you a ticket. But they're not even giving them warnings. They just going out just passing out tickets. They said
Because
they
they
had
don't care
100
about the
people in line.
community. They
They
just
have
want to get
everybody scheduled for the same day with 100 people in line. They said it was approximately 100 people in line. They were scheduled for the same day, same time, and there was so many tickets issued. 100 people. So you think about $200 to $500 tickets issued to these people.
yeah,
So
that
how you plan on these people to pay the taxes if they're paying you $200 to $500 just for a ticket? They haven't, that money could have gone for their taxes towards you for their home, but
just imagine
you
how much
taking
money
money from them,
they made in that day. 100 people with at least.
right?
Just imagine 100 people. Let's say they had a five. Each of them had a $500 ticket. That's $50,000, right? Is that right? Is that
Yeah,
50,000? Yeah, that's $50,000.
Yeah, that's 50,000.
yeah. And
All
so
right.
you think about it, and I guess he's saying, well, y'all don't want to pay me property taxes. I take it out of your pocket another way. This is why I'm saying he's sucking money out of the people when he's not doing what he needs to do to pay the bill for the city.
Yeah, but the salary that he make, if he make that $50,000, shit, that could take care of his salary for the month.
Right.
Also, that too. But remember, he gave himself a raise for 2 years. Minion showed that for 2 years he gave himself a raise. He dropped it back down to 74, but he still had, for 2 years he was a six-figure man, and he was getting money on top of that from another city.
Carol, you
So you
bet. Mm-hmm.
Calumet City, you get money from them in the 300 amount of $300,000. Plus, you getting money from the city of Harvey. So he's making more money than the people can afford to even give in taxes. So he's sitting back making money on top of money. and he
Right.
sees that these two cities are gold mine for him.
I don't know
And
if
see,
Clark care or not, but he
he don't
did say he was trying to establish some things to help the prostitutions and the dumping 6 months time. I can't call it. Yeah, I bet he is gonna help the prostitutions,
because they probably
funding them.
Watch out now.
No,
Watch out now.
I'm
Watch
joking.
out there, y'all.
allegedly,
Allegedly, we want to do this show next week.
Allegedly,
Yeah,
allegedly.
we want to do this.
allegedly.
We
I
want to do
said I
And
another
bet
then
I
show.
know why he gonna how he gonna support them or help them.
and then you got to look at Hassan. They got rid of him. He's gone. That's an empty building. They needed somewhere to do this. Um, uh, what do you call it? Dispensary, drug dispensary, to bring revenue to Harvey. So you bring in. You're not bringing a grocery store. You're not bringing a pharmacy that can help the resident. You bring in something that I mean,
A
it's helping
cannabis.
residents, but you
help
bring
people
in cannabis.
help people to forget about their problems.
Right,
Right.
right. So
But
people
you're not
will.
giving them a grocery store where they can eat. Go to the grocery store, run around the corner, and get something to eat, or go to the pharmacy and get their medication. But you bringing in, a dispensary for the other people,
Right.
and it's not fair because you're making a move for that, but you're not making a move for a grocery store. You're making a move for that, but you're not making a move for a pharmacy for the people. You got elderly people that don't do that, and they still need their medication to survive, to live, to see another day. And people that's not elderly, people that have illnesses, and their children that have illness that they need their medication. They got to go out of their own city to go to another city to get their medication.
Now,
That's
who
not
owns
fair.
the property of this? Who's the owner of the cannabis shop? Because he said that that's a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen. So, does anybody know who the owner is?
Somebody that he can do pay to play.
Right, because the man ain't even got his first tax bill, and he already a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen. So,
Mm.
That part. Mm.
The business is not
They,
even open yet, is
the business not
no,
even open, ain't even
they haven't even
operating.
look.
But
They haven't even
it?
They haven't even
The
look, they
ink
haven't even
ain't
started
even
installing
they
anything for it to even get started. They haven't even opened
right.
it or even put
didn't even put
anything
the
in it to
sign
get it.
up
Ink ain't even dry on the
on the
contract yet.
contract.
But he'll
But
law
he's law
abiding
abiding
citizen.
now. But he's a law
Right.
abiding now.
That part.
Taxpaying person. Okay, right.
So,
But as far as the medications go, though, a lot of the seniors probably get their medicine mailed in to them, but sometimes you do run out, and you will need a local pharmacy to refill those. You know, to in case, like, say for instance, you get behind or you run out of your medication or something, or you go to the doctor and you need the medication right away. It is very vital and important to have some type of pharmacy so that you can go get your right now prescriptions. So I totally understand.
well, Christopher Clark's view is you can just go to the cannabis shop, and it'll calm your nerves until you're able to figure it out.
Okay, so you don't need your doctor prescription no more.
No, no. He said just
You
stay
just,
calm,
just
smoke
go
your
ahead, pop,
blunt,
pop, look,
and
pop,
then
pop,
you'll
put it
figure it
out,
out.
and pick it back up. Pop, pop, put it out. You start feeling a little, you feel any pain. Pop, pop, put it out again, and you'll be good.
And whoever
Mhm.
can't whoever can't puff pass, then I guess you can eat you a gummy
There
or
you
some
go.
chips
Right,
or some cookies
There
or
you go.
something. So
right.
that sounds for Mr. Clark. I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's ridiculous.
And
it
if you get
is.
hungry
Ridiculous.
and you can't go, you can't get to the grocery store in the other city, just go to the cannabis and get you some of the eatables. You'll be all right, edibles. You'll be all right. You won't be hungry no more. Well, then again, you do get the munchies. Okay, that might
Well,
not work.
Audrey say she think Walgreens left because it kept getting robbed. I do have to go to Posins to get
I
my
get my
meds,
meds.
and Dalton to get mom's meds. We do need a pharmacy closer. How far is Audrey? How far is Dalton from Harvey?
And you
Right
know
next
what?
door. Right next door. You cross
If
the
he
line. You go
if
out of one,
he
you go right in the other one.
Yeah, but
A
It's
few blocks down. Look,
a few
but
I mean,
blocks
no,
away.
seriously, it depends on what part of Harvey you live in, how
Yeah,
close they are.
yeah.
If you
but
live right there at the line, you all you gotta
But
do is walk.
also though, but having to do that, you're still taking revenue out of Harvey because you have to go to another city. So who's getting that tax?
right,
Dalton is getting the taxes that's collected from whatever you're purchasing, rather it's
and
at
they
the
not even a
pharmacy.
city; they a village.
Yeah, so but Dalton is getting
Right.
all the funds and the credit. So you still, it still doesn't make sense for you not to have this type of service in your city because you could be recuperating state taxes from the items that people purchase and to increase your revenue in your city. Not that it's all about that, but it is a tit for tat. It is a benefit of having those type of businesses in your city.
Mm.
And then you gotta also look at now they're getting ready to bring in a movie, some people to do a movie in Harvey, which would bring revenue in. But the problem is, what in the meantime, while they're doing the movie, what else the people are gonna do? They're not part
Go
of the
to
movie.
Dalton and go to. Oh, you talking about the residents?
Right, the residents not part of the the movie or the video they're gonna do. They might use a few people, but what about the rest of the people?
He just worried about that kickback that he about to get allegedly.
That's
Um,
all. That's
yeah.
all. Pay to play, and that's the same thing that Tiffany sound for me. That's what Tiffany was doing.
I feel like also with the pharmacy, um, I feel like if you don't have a pharmacy in your city and you don't have a grocery store, why would you even try to bring all these extra things like the retention pond and investors? What are they investing in? Like I just don't understand it. Just get a pharmacy.
Well,
And
not to bring up JD's name, but that's one of the things that he was saying. You have to, and not that I believe anything that he say, but some of it do make sense. Um, People have to want to put their business there. So what incentives is the mayor doing to bring business to the city? So it's incumbent on him to bring the businesses to the city and let them see how advantageous it is for them to have their business there. But according to JD, people wasn't it was hard to get anybody to even wanted to invest in Harvey. That's what he was saying.
Oh yeah. Oh, and that's what I wanted to say about the pharmacy. I actually had forgot what I was about to say. But I was going to say if he would take those security guards from in front of his house and put them in front of that Walgreens, then y'all could have a pharmacy that won't get robbed.
that part. But see, the thing that gets me is, okay, yes, investors bring investors in, but if your investors is coming in and removing the residents from there, and so you can put whatever you keep saying the retention pond, but I feel that you putting the retention pond there, getting the houses from those residences near where it's going to be at, tear them houses down, put up condos or something else. This is allegedly now, and make that money for that. Then yeah, you're gonna make the revenue. Then you get your pay to play or kickback, whatever you want to call it, and you good to go where the residents are suffering because these people are elderly, and I guess to you, they're not that important. You're removing elderlies from their homes. You're not going after the young people. You're not going after the middle aged people. You're going after the elderly. And most of the people on that street, from what I'm understanding, are elderly people. So if you're removing all the elderly people, with you don't have a nursing home for them to go in. You don't have a senior living facility for them to go in. So where are they supposed to go? And then you're gonna put a retention pond right there where they used to live, which was their home, that was their life. Now you're stripping them of what little dignity or whatever little bit they had left in their life from them. To me, it's like you're stripping them of their dignity. Their house was their dignity. Their house had memories. They had, things that they cherish. And you felt nothing. But you're worrying about that piece of house that you got the police watching.
Fox done call the man house a piece of house.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit, just like him. Okay, I'll digress.
We can't hear you, Minion.
I said, hello, now we got action. All right, now just
I
I'm
mean, but
just
I'm
playing
just
with
saying,
y'all.
you got the iron bars around fence around your house. You got a house you ain't even staying in. It's got cobwebs, dust, and everything else because you ain't even in the motherfucker. And then you want to sit back and take the people out that is in their house, that's living in their house, that's resided in their house, and you want to kick them out, but you ain't doing shit with yours. But sitting up there having somebody to look at it like it's a
Exactly.
shrine.
Hey, succeeding too. What's good? Finally got you in the live as well. She said it's sad. It's sad the much younger mayor in Robbins, next town over, shows more compassion for seniors than Clark would ever show. That's the reason why y'all need Kobe Chapman. That's why y'all need
Right.
Kobe.
That's exactly. And House is not that old. House is young. And he's doing a good job walking around there, and he's interacting with the people. Look at he had to get together where they were cleaning up a park. They had been, hadn't been used. They came together, throwing township and Dalton, and some of the people from Harvey came there to help to clean the area up. And they're doing things together. And here you are, mayor of a city, and trying to sit on your little throne.
But also, Jason House doesn't look like a predator either. He don't look like he's just looking at people and especially that way that man was looking at that boy he was hugging in my thumbnail. I'm like, what is going on? He already looked a little suspect, Clark, especially when he didn't
Right.
have them
And
teeth in. Now he got them
Ooh,
teeth. I wonder, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all.
oh
I'm,
Lord.
I'm gonna talk
Let
about.
me try to change the monotony. Hey, Solomon Brown, thank you for joining us today. Hey, succeeding too, thank you for joining us today. We trying to lighten this mood up a little bit, cause baby,
We going in. All right.
my
because I
team
mean,
going
right is
in,
wrong is
baby.
wrong.
Baby,
Right
they're
is right is
going.
wrong is wrong, and I'm gonna stay on his damn neck. Yeah, I
Yeah,
said it. I said it, Clocky Poo.
she said what she said.
He
she
looked
said
like.
the mayor. She said the mayor Robbins is only in his mid-30s. Succeeding says that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do y'all want to get into the Trump of it all? Because
Yes, child.
just
Yes,
like
let's change
yeah, I
it.
know I said what I said. Says everything is Trump's fault. So everything that's happening to Harvey, we blaming it on the orange agent.
That's right. It's Agent Orange fault for
President's
all of
July
this.
4th deadline looming. House Republicans have some work to do to win over support for the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill Act.
Some lawmakers say the changes made to the bill in the Senate make it more difficult
I
for them to
succeeded too.
support the
Yes, I love
legislation
you
in the
too,
House.
dear.
Erica Brown with more on today's developments.
All right, before we get into it, hey, succeeding. I think we saw some other people in the comments that we didn't talk to. Did we speak to
No, I spoke.
Carlito?
Child, y'all was going in, but no, I don't think I spoke to Carlita. I didn't see her or
Okay, I
him.
think I saw Carlita. Let me see if I can find.
Somebody spoke to
Okay,
Carlita.
hey Carlita, we got
Yeah.
Carlita in the building,
Yes.
And I
and
think
then
that's it.
we had
Solomon and
succeeding.
Solomon came and succeeding came in.
All right, what's
And
up, Solomon?
did we do Andre Banks?
Audra,
Audra Banks, yeah, we did Audra.
in case we
Okay, just
didn't,
want to
hey
make sure we
Audra.
covered it.
All right, let's finish this little video off.
The House is taking up President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act, while Republican leaders work to wrangle support for the legislation.
We've had lots of great conversations. I've met with individuals and groups all day long, as has the president, who's fully engaged as well, trying to convince everybody this is the very best product that we can produce.
President Trump met with hardline conservatives and moderate Republicans at the White House Wednesday in an attempt to win them over. Oklahoma Congresswoman Stephanie Bice posted her reaction to the meeting on social media.
I think we're going to get it done, although it's going to take a little bit of time today.
Absolutely. We're headed back to the House now. We'll see how the day progresses, but hopefully we can get this wrapped up by the end of the day.
The House passed its version of the budget bill back in May with only one vote to spare. The Senate changes increase government spending and cuts to Medicaid, creating new hurdles for it to pass the House this time.
There's some that still are holding out for something different, but at the end of the day, they know this is probably as good as we're going to get, and it's a really good bill.
With every Democrat voting to oppose the bill, Republicans can only afford to lose 3 votes if all members are present and voting.
All we need are 4 House Republicans to join us in defense of their constituents who will suffer mightily from this bill.
Republican leaders want the bill sent to the president's desk by July 4th.
Yeah, the president says he wants to sign the bill before Independence Day is over, but he has said he's willing to wait if necessary.
All right. So that is the big, beautiful bill. All right. Do y'all think that this bill is going to pass?
Of course it is. All this shit is just theatrics. So now y'all got me. Now this is when I get upset. Okay, I'm upset about Harvey, but I really get upset when we're talking about Agent Orange, because all of this is just theatrics. They know they're going to pass this bill. They know it's an abomination to the public, and they just like Clark. They don't care. They could care less. And while he's talking about we've been having negotiations and we've been talking to one another, all you're doing is greasing palms. Agent Orange is making threats, and just if you don't vote for the bill, then you're gonna lose your job. So we had one senator, Tom Tillis, vote against it in the Senate, and he said he wasn't gonna run again. And now you have the caucus, the House caucus. You have them in doing their beating, and like she said, they only passed it by 1 vote, and so it's a lot of people in the House that wanted to pass the bill the way that the House sent it over, and they kept threatening them to tell them to not change it, and the Senate made it worse. And I'm inclined to believe the Senate really didn't want it on because they're so afraid of Agent Orange, right? Mm-hmm. And it appears that they made it worse, figuring that the House is not going to pass it, and it seemed like that's the trick that they're trying to pull so that the bill can fall. And so that it won't pass. And the reason why he wanted to pass, because he wants to do a parade on 4th of July. So that's why they have this fictitious deadline of the 4th of July, so that he can have another parade that's going to be a bomber, like his birthday parade, where nobody's going to show up. And so that's really what's really going on, So they're back there threatening each other, and they probably cussing each other out. And we'll see who's going to hold the line and who's going to vote for the bill and who's not going to vote for the bill. Like I said, it's the threats and the threat of losing their job. But at the end of the day, the American public is 58% against this bill. Only 28% of Americans approve this bill, and that's just MAGA. He have 28% of the public, which is his people. No matter what he do, they're going to say, okay, let's go ahead and do it, because they're his cult followers, the QAnon people. Mm-hmm. And so nothing he does is ridiculous to them. Anything he does is great for them. But we'll see if they crash the bill. If the only reason why they would crash it is because they all want to be reelected, and they know how their constituents feel about it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But I do think it's probably going to pass, though, still.
I do, too.
Even with that being, them thinking about their constituents, they still gonna pass it. Do you have any thoughts, Foxy, before we get into Trump on Elon?
Well, no.
Oh,
no, I don't.
Look, come on, Diaper Boy. I was just talking about Agent Orange, Diaper Boy. All right, well, so that's one thing that's been going on, of course, the bill. But the next thing is going to be what Trump has been saying about Elon Musk. And then, of course, we have Alligator Alcatraz as well. But let's look at the Trump and Elon feud.
He's upset that he's losing his EV mandate, and he's very upset about things, but he could lose a lot more than that. I can tell you right now.
I can tell you right now.
Elon can lose a lot more than that.
A lot more than that.
I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is? Doge is the monster that that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible?
This morning, the Trump-Elon Musk feud is back on. As lawmakers worked, as we've now been talking about overnight, the president worked to social media, hitting back at Musk. In a late-night post, Trump suggested that DOJ should investigate federal money that Musk's companies have received, writing and at one point that Elon may get more subsidy than any human being in history
Come
by
on,
far.
welfare
And without
queen.
subsidies, Elon would probably have to close up shop. Perhaps we should have DOJ take a good hard look. Musk earlier had picked back up on his attacks on the president's massive tax and spending bill. Remember, he called it disgusting at one point. Musk even vowed to back primary challengers for any lawmaker who voted for it. Or he also said he could start a new political party if the bill passes. Hadass Gold tracking this element of this ongoing story and saga. What's going on here this time, Hadass?
Okay, so we're not going to look at the rest of the clip, but they're basically just talking about what they think, who's going to win the fight. Who do y'all think is going to win the fight between Elon and Agent Orange or the diaper boy?
Agent Orange, because Elon got a lot to lose.
Subsidies.
Baby, he said he got a lot to lose and he gonna send his ass back to Africa. How about that?
Okay, he said he's going to take them subsidies and leave him broke,
Right,
and destitute, and out to fend for himself in the valleys of the deserts of South Africa, or whatever's out there in South Africa. I don't know what they have. The fields.
no.
He's gonna go back out to the fields and start farming.
The fields. But the thing
Well,
I feel about the whole thing is, y'all saying that Trump, I think Elon going, because first of all, everybody keep forgetting, he was into a lot of technical information within the federal government. And there's a lot of federal information that he could use against Trump and some of the people in the administration. So Trump might want to back down, because you got to remember, this is a techie, a genius techie.
That's why he
Anybody that
got Palantir on his side. He said, "Oh, you think you?" He said, "You ain't the only one that could. That's a tech billionaire. They got access to technology."
right, but
Q and Peter Thiel.
but you got to remember, this man got satellites all over the place. You just said the
Right.
other night 100 and some satellites in the sky.
The most
It-
satellites in out of any company that produces satellites in the world. So
right, he done win. He got all these satellites. He done had access to top secret and information within the government. We allegedly don't know what he has taken out of there to use as leverage, and what he has transferred to his cyber, you know, location. So you don't know what he has. So Trump don't have that information, because remember, uh, those got rid of a lot of the techie people from the government who would be able to help him. So right now, all you doing, you might try to hit him in his pockets, but he can make you back down if he hit you with a lot of top secret information, a lot of information that he has on you and your finances that you've been keeping secrets, and stuff that you have that the government have on you that you have not, that has not been,
and
from
Elon pockets is way deeper than Trump pockets.
way, way deeper. This
Right,
man is a billionaire of the,
$50 billion.
I mean, he's the richest man in
He's
the
the
world.
richest man in the world. Yeah, yeah.
I
So
mean, he's just the richest man in the world. Period.
yeah. So even if he don't even get
we looking at apples and grapes.
right,
Right.
and
Right.
even if he don't get these, even if he don't get these contracts, it's not gonna be in the skin off his chest. And
Oh,
he's investing in China. He's investing in Russia. So he's already making coalitions with other countries where other countries are not even dealing with America. They're building their own little camaraderie without America. Other countries are
Right.
forming together, and they're icing us out. Okay, so we're not gonna have the trading that we used to have. We're not gonna have any of the deals that we used to have. I just saw it, in social media on the news that all the 90 deals in 90 days, Trump hasn't made not one deal, not a one. And so they're making deals with each other, and they're leaving America. They're leaving America out. So we're America first, and we're going to be America alone.
okay.
And look, and if anybody saw when the Pope funeral, they had 5 tiers. All the dignitaries was in tier one, which is a
Exactly.
row of benches, and all the dignitaries, including past presidents and their family, was in the first tier. They said our present president, down to the third tier by himself. He wasn't even over there in the second tier with the people that's, like his people that came, his cabinet people or whoever came. He wasn't even sitting over there with them. He was sitting over there with the people that just came out to see the funeral all together. So that tells you how well we are, you know, our president is
People don't
loved.
like us, right?
And then
People
when
don't like Trump.
what's the man that's the president of Yazinski, when he came in after the funeral, they clapped for him, but when Trump came in first, nobody clapped, applause, or anything. And then when he came in, they clapped, gave him dap and all kinds of stuff. So he's causing, you know, right now, allegedly for what was said, he's the most hated president leader in the world. So that's bad. Used to be what's the man in Russia?
Putin.
Putin used to be hated, and the one in China used to be hated. Now Trump done out, topped them off with the
Now
most.
they
You ain't
homies
seen P.
with it all of them homies together.
Yeah, they
See?
all are. Yeah, Putin and Jin Jinping
Now,
is
now
together.
Russia, now Russia did launch one of the biggest attacks against Ukraine since the
Hmm.
beginning of that war recently. So
But
But I
that's
but
mean,
just
that's
but
dangerous.
just to piggyback off of what Foxy was saying, look how fine Zelensky is. Zelensky look good. He's fine. He's
yes,
young.
Lord, yes, he do look good today.
I
Y'all
say
so
yes,
silly.
Hmm.
Lord.
Y'all so silly.
He fine and he
Y'all
cute.
just like a man in power. That's it.
Yes,
Well,
Because
Lord,
if
I
he
like
was a regular dude, I don't think y'all be saying the
versus
same thing.
no, Zelensky look good, okay.
look,
And at
look,
the
oh,
end of the
man.
day, Agent Orange is walking around with a wig and a catheter.
Okay.
You
Uh,
can't compare that. There's no comparison.
right.
And then look, and you can
No,
look
but
at
on
the
the books, no, on the books, that man has the physique of a 36-year-old football player, 6'2", uh,
Who?
200 pounds. Leave it to
Who?
Trump on his doctor.
On his doctor statement that he
Yeah, his
doctored up.
doctor statement
On his
that he
physical, on
doctored
his
up.
physical, yeah,
Right.
on his physical that he doctored up and put the 36, 24, 36 down.
Right, right. Baby,
and look, did you
he a
say
bad bitch on paper.
Yeah,
look
he's
now
a
if
brick
you say
house.
look if you
Okay.
say Zelensky when he walk smooth, stomach tucked in right, and you got somebody that just let it all loose.
He got to let it loose. Everything, the gravity has set in. You got a catheter in your
That's
leg.
all I'm about to say. He can't control it.
Yeah,
He
you
got
can't control nothing.
he
Right.
got
He
the
barely
catheter
making it.
bag.
Yeah, that ninja barely making it. Trust
It's
me when
gonna
I tell
come
you
out
that.
regardless.
Right. And then he got to worry about if the wind gonna blow his wig off. He got all kind of problems he got to worry about when he walking.
I
But he
wonder
got to
what
try to
kind of
look like he in
hairspray he
power.
used.
Huh? What kind
I
of
wonder what
hairspray
kind
he
of
use?
hairspray he used.
Style.
Cause
No,
it don't fly up in strands. It fly up all together. You know?
No, it fly all together, don't it? When the wind blows.
Yeah, yeah. It don't have no strands coming up. It's just
no, and he got it glued down
He
because you
uses
remember this is a toupee.
he
That's a
uses
toupee.
well, he be at the beauty supply store, so I'm sure he pick up some damn pump it up when he go.
it got to be.
Yeah, he been there when we go shop for our hair. We got they got to close the store up so he can go get his hair. So we got to wait for him to finish getting his weed before we go get our weed. And so
Now you
he probably buying up all the mousse and the pump it up and the gel and everything else he need for his hair.
and you know it's bad when your own wife flat, swash your hand away from it. She don't even want to touch your fingers.
All right,
That's bad.
that's a mail order bride. Okay, that's what happened when you order them out the
That's
mail.
falling apart.
Right.
Yeah, she
And look,
looked like she.
she ain't even got it going on no more.
All right. Well, so that is. I don't think I have the clip on Alcatraz. Oh, actually, I could pull it up though. If y'all want to watch that real quick, let me.
It's in the private chat.
No, I can let's see.
The president is now getting a very intimate tour of this facility, Alligator Alcatraz, and he's looking now at where some of the detainees will be housed and where they will be sleeping. And you could see he's paying very close attention to what the officials surrounding him are sharing with him.
He ain't having no time to glue his wig down this morning, so he put the cap on.
And again, I think that this truly does speak to
Look at
what we
her
may see more of if other states start to
grabbing the
step
gate.
up and provide the support to the federal government in terms of offering up more space to detain some of these individuals who have an order for removal. Let's see if the president is speaking again and see if we can listen in.
Oh, Donald Trump has got to go. Y'all hear them protesting in the back?
Uh-huh.
Donald Trump has got to go.
So I would say he should call the governor.
Can't even hear it.
And he's talking low. That's unreal.
I hear all that background, the feedback.
So you guys could approve him being able to set one of these up over there. I'm sure the secretary would be happy to do that and provide some.
Why does he look so happy?
Because
My
he's
thing-
disgusting.
And why are you so excited and ecstatic while you're in a literal makeshift detention camp?
Yeah, he giddy, isn't he? This is disgusting. Totally disgusting. He act like we're effing Germany with these damn
Right.
Nazi camps and shit.
Concentration camps in the middle of a swamp.
A swamp, right? Like it's in New York for Alcatraz. And
But
at the end
but
of the
see,
day,
the problem I have is the
hold on,
reptiles
Fox.
that's around there. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry.
at the end of the day, whenever he do leave office, because it's all gonna go down. He may be getting away with it now, and he's the only one gonna get away with it. But everybody else that's around him, while Christy Noam is sitting there smiling, and Ron DeSantis sitting there smiling, and the people that's with them, you see these other two guys, they're not that happy about it. They know it's a disgrace. But everybody that's in this circle, all the president's men and all the president's minions, they all of them gonna have to pay a price, and I feel like it's gonna come down on them, and they're gonna be, they're gonna have to face the consequences. Meanwhile, he'll probably be in the cemetery with the rest of them, with the rest of the veterans.
Right.
Well, of the presidents, not the veterans, but where they bury the presidents.
Right.
Meanwhile, he won't be here, and all of them, they going to jail. Watch and see. Can't have no damn concentration camp in America.
Nope.
Because, they tried to do this high-speed rail. They spent like $150 billion, no tracks. We've got a privately funded rail in Florida from Miami to Orlando. It costs the taxpayer zero, and it's very successful. So just a much different approach between states.
Hey, Mr. President, when's the first person checking in this beautiful Alcatraz?
He ought to come here.
That smile is so creepy.
When's the first person checking into the room, sir?
Tomorrow?
Hopefully tomorrow, within the next
They have the doctors, they have all the professionals.
There's going to be a security sweep because there have been civilians here, so they will sweep this multiple times to make sure there's nothing can be used as weapons or any contraband. And then once that's cleared, then they'll do so. It's really up to Secretary. I know has got people in the queue, and so they'll be ready to receive.
I think our viewers at home should know that this is air-conditioned facility, so if any of the news claims are keeping them out in the hot, humid South Florida, that is wrong. It's probably 62 degrees in here. Or 72.
Hey, Biden wanted me in here. Okay? He wanted me. It didn't work out that way, but he wanted me in here.
All right.
Did you
well,
just say Biden wanted him in there, and it
Yeah.
didn't work out that way?
Yeah.
Biden didn't even
He
thought about nothing.
Biden don't even think about crap like this. They got Guantanamo Bay for you, sir. So that's a lie. But
Right.
go ahead, Foxy, because this pissing me off.
The thing that bothered me most of all, hello, no apology, just me. But what pisses me off, well, what
Ain't
makes
no
me think the
apology.
worst of all is inhumane because, okay, anybody that ever know about wildlife and know about reptiles, reptiles are not like birds. It's not like dogs and cats and other little, animals. these reptiles are more dangerous. You got, you got water moccasins in that water. You have pythons in that water. You have boa constrictors in that water. You have other poisonous snakes in that water. Have different types of alligators. You have crocodiles and alligators in that water. They showed a film of them floating on the water in a cluster, and that's surrounding the people. If you bringing people over there with children, that's no, that's what you have is not protection from those reptiles. A snake can get, if it's a hole, a snake can get in. The alligators and the crocodiles go on that area to sunbathe. That's their routine to get out of the water, go and sunbathe for a length of time, and then go back in the water. If you taking over their habitat area, they're going to attack. So you putting these people at jeopardy of losing their lives. You
They say
trying to
the only
cage
way
them
they
up.
gonna lose their lives is if they try to escape.
No, they think about it. You in a cage, you can't get out, but the alligators can come in. If there's a crack, if there's a gap, a snake can get in. I mean, it don't take but a snap of a finger for a snake to slither in through a hole, a gap.
Yeah, the snakes.
Weather,
That's whew, that's so
and you
scary.
got to think about, this is the summer. It ain't gonna be too long before hurricane season and tropical storms are gonna, and
Right.
you're on the water right there where the tropical storm. If these people are in these camps and the water rises, which it does during storms like that,
It's
these
gonna
people
push the
can't get out.
alligators
They're gonna push
close
the
in.
alligators and snakes, whatever in the water in the Everglades, to their direction. These
Yeah,
people can't get out because you got them locked in. This is not thought out, and this is inhumane. And people are not looking at the bigger deal. This is where the hurricanes and these tropical storms hit, and they push in the water and they get high. How's those people going to get out? And you say it's on the one way in and one way out, and that's by plane. So how they going to get out?
And
How they
think
going to
about
go
the
to
swamp.
higher ground?
And think about the swamp. Swamp got diseases, mosquitoes,
Right.
all kind of insects that's going to be eating these people up. And I don't give a damn about no air conditioner. I could care less about you having an air conditioner because, like you said, they're not going to rescue these people if something happened. It's like it's a D trap. It's like you setting these people up for failure, and you're setting them up to just really to get taken off of the face of the earth in the most cruel way that you can.
To their demise. And
but
this
they
is
love it. It's like they get off to this type of stuff. They love
Right.
being cruel and inhumane and doing like the most vile things to people, and know that they were responsible for it and nothing's gonna happen to them. That I mean, they get off to that.
and you saw they smiling and happy about what's going on with them. And my thing is, okay, say you do have put criminals in there. They're still human beings. They're still a human being. You're a judge and
But the
jury
fact
on
of the
these
matter is
people's
that most of
lives.
the people aren't even criminals. They don't have criminal
Right.
or
Exactly. They're not even
But
deporting.
like I
They
said,
deporting anybody because they got a number that they want to meet every day, which is 3,000 people per day. So that's why they're going to the damn Home Depots, graduations, schools, birthday parties, any place that they feel like a migrant is located,
farms.
a farm or work or wherever they think a Spanish a person from Mexico or any Latin America country, any place that they think
oh,
that they are, they're trying
and
to
Haitians,
arrest them.
they snatching up the Haitians too. They
Yeah,
snatching up the Haitians too.
right. Anybody that's not American, they're snatching them up. At this point, anybody that wasn't born in the United States is can be a target at this point.
And
And
then
Right.
it's
And
gonna
it
be the
bothers
people who
me.
were born. Actually, you know what? Really, to tell you the truth, they're trying to get rid of the naturalization, so you never know.
right. Well, we're in the Constitution, so we're not going anywhere.
But I'm saying the people who were born here, some of them may still have an issue with them.
Who parents wasn't,
Right.
those are the people, the DACA people, and those are the people who came over here illegally, made a life, been here for more than 20 to 30 years.
You heard
Eh,
about that senior, the
Yeah,
70-year-old man that died in
no,
So right now, to me, nobody in the United States is safe. Look what they're
Right.
doing with, if this bill go through, you're gonna have how many Americans pass away because they're not going to get the medical needs that they need because they no longer have insurance. So they're not going to get their medications where they can, they don't have to pay out of their pockets. That they now got to worry about their food, their money, their medication, their housing, and everything. So a lot of people. Then you got those that's in senior living homes that have, I mean, not senior living homes, the nursing homes, who you have to have both Medicaid and Medicare for them to be able to take care of them. Now, where are those people going to go? Where are they going to go if
They're
you put
going
the
home to
Medicaid?
their folks. They going home, and that's
But
and
if they
that's
don't
what.
have any folks, where they going to go?
Well, it's a lot of them don't have folks, but it's a
But
lot of
they
them that
given
do
they have a
have
package.
people. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of people that do have folks that don't want their folks at home with them. Okay, and so that's see, all of this is a boiling pot, and you just keep stirring the pot and keep stirring the pot and keep boiling it, and it's all boiling, and and really, I'm not trying to scare anybody or whatever. People are gonna spill over in the streets. You watch and see when they finish with this bill, because this bill that we just looked at is really Project 2025 is what they're trying to implement in this bill. And once it get passed, all hell is getting ready to break loose. You watch and see.
Hey, no apologies, just me. What's good? We're gonna have to talk. But yes, there I think Project 2025, you hit the nail right on the head. That's exactly what we're looking at, basically. Um Audra said that we should probably, if we haven't done so already, read a book called The Cast, The Origin of Our Discontent, and it would explain, or it would allow for us to be able to make sense of what's happening right now. So thank you, Audra, for that suggestion. We're going to definitely look into it. All right. What's Succeed and say? You know that they are concerned about the white population losing their existence, or not even losing their existence. They just want to be the majority or the main race, right?
No, they have made a statements. She's right. They have made statements that they becoming extinct. So they're trying to overpopulate. That's what I
That's
can't
why they
remember
want to
who.
do away with abortions.
Right. That was the reason because one of the governors of a particular state said that's the reason why he want to get rid of abortion because he wants to populate the white race again. And I'm like, wow, so you just want to rape women. Just so, and they're marrying off young girls. And I think it's Iowa or Idaho, one of those states over there in the Midwest that they are trying to marry off 13, 14, 15 on up to any man so they could populate the white race. And
Oh,
that's
really? So
that's sad.
they doing this handmaid tale shit for real.
I
Yes,
think
they are.
Elon probably got some a facility that he had people go to
But yeah, there's a governor
where he
in
just making
I
little
can't remember what
Elon.
state it is, but they was talking about it's not illegal to marry off a 13-year-old to an older man if the parents say okay and sign the papers. So they're using them to populate or pregnate these young girls or these young ladies to try to make the population popular again.
Well,
And he
we
said it out of his mouth. I don't know if he's still the governor, but at that time when he said it, yeah, he was serious about it.
well, those Republicans have done a lot of things. They're trying to actually put Trump derangement syndrome as an actual diagnosed mental condition in some of these Republican states. So it, I feel like we're
So
getting
they can deem you
idiocracy,
crazy. They can say
right?
you crazy
And you have Trump
because
because
you
you
don't
don't like
agree with
Trump,
him,
right?
because you don't agree with what he's doing. Get
You
the
have Trump
f out of
derangement syndrome.
here.
Well, look, will it get us a check? Can we get a check out for it? Because if that's the case, I have Trump derangement syndrome as well.
I do too. I
Well,
need a
well,
check.
me too.
All right.
Then, if that's the case, if you don't give us a check, then hell yeah, we the whole everybody got it.
Okay. Everybody
Can we go ahead and make that legal so we start getting a check, please, sir?
okay. you not gonna have not one person on earth that's gonna hate and be more I just hate Trump. Everything I say is gonna be negative about Trump if they can give a check for having Trump derangement syndrome. Okay. But Audra, thank you so much. You talking about she said you're welcome, cool channel. Thank you for that. All right. Final words, guys. We've been talking a lot and you know, Trump is some I'm pretty sure we could go on forever and ever and ever, but final words. What do y'all want to say? Are y'all ready
God,
for us to go?
God bless America. It's all I got to say. In the small towns, all the way up to the big towns, because baby, everybody's showing out. Okay,
Everybody.
everybody's
Everybody.
showing the hell out, and so
Is it
uh,
the end of the world? Did I
I,
miss the memo?
I don't know, child, because
Oh,
baby, let me tell you.
okay.
And I want to put this out here for all the people in Harvey. We're not forgetting about you. And yes, we're staying on Clocky Poo's neck. So we're going to be standing 10 toes strong with you, okay? We're standing right beside you, even though we might be in the distance. But our heart and our souls are there with you. And we're going to help you as much as we possibly can. So don't give up. We got you. Just we're fighting with you. And Clocky Poo, hey, we here.
We
We
coming for
after
that
you.
arse.
And we got the receipts when we come for it. So it ain't like we just up here talking. We're bringing receipts with everything that we say. Whether it's Clark or if it's Agent Orange, it all has receipts. It's not our opinion. Most of it is fact. Now, some of it we are kind of, doing commentary on it and giving our opinion. But the facts that we bring you, we're bringing the facts with the receipts. So it's not just us up here talking. So nobody can just say, oh, they just don't like me, or they just lying on me, and they just putting this out and they putting that out. No, no, no. We bringing real receipts when we do report the news.
100. And Audrey, yes, love is definitely needed today. Prayer is needed today.
Right.
Yeah,
Connecting with your higher power. I say God, but whoever that is to you, I think that's definitely important in days like this, in
Right.
times that we're in right
And,
now.
and really, we're going to have to stop fighting each other and stand together. Everybody going to have to stand together to fight this madness, because we're
Black,
getting
white.
ready. Yeah, black, white, orange, green, purple, yellow, and blue. We're all going to have to come together and stand up for each other. And even, a lot of times we have a lot of dissension in our families. We're going to have to stop fighting with our families. And because some of our family members more than likely going to have, everybody going to have to bunch up. You're gonna have to
Mhm.
bunch up, and some people gonna have to move in with you. And I know you're not gonna like it, because I'm not gonna like it, but I'm gonna have to let them in here if it's necessary, because I really feel like that's what it's gonna come down to. When you started extrapolating services from this place and that place and everywhere else, it's a lot of family members coming home, and that's what I was trying to say about these nursing homes a while ago. When Becky and them grandma come home, they're not gonna like that. They not gonna like, because they put mom a place for mom. They want mom to stay in that place, and she gonna have to come back to your place.
right.
Okay.
And that's the thing that I was saying. You know, these people working and they don't mean to put their mom in there, but they don't have the time to survive themselves to be able to take care of her. So
Mm-hmm.
these facilities are able to give her the care, her or the father, the care that they need, or the aunts and uncles the care that they need round the clock. And with them working, or they have their own life, or they have children, they can't give that care 24/7.
Right.
So they in the facility that they can do that for them to, and it's sad that, you know, this might happen to a point that a lot of them are going to, and I feel, like I said, I feel sorry for the ones that don't have family, that has no one. Where are they going to go? And it's not just a handful, it's thousands of people that, don't have children, you
Baby,
know.
Skid Row ain't gonna have no more room left on it.
Right.
Right, they don't have children. If they did have children, the children, may be in the military overseas. They can't get back to the United States to take care of them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you might have some that all it was husband and wife. The wife was unable to have children, so he's by himself all together with no family and no wife to take care of him, or she don't have a husband to help take care of her. So, these people are alone. And they
Right.
already alone in that facility. Now you get ready to put them out in the street alone. Where are they going to go? They can't go to the hospitals because they got to get paid too.
Well, it's just going to be like C-19. They didn't care about the elderly then, and they damn sure don't care about them right now. And I just want to let you
Nope.
guys know too. My Nightbot is putting these messages in this chat. I don't know why it's just randomly listening to me talk, and then it'll put a message in the chat. So and some of it I don't. It said no apologies, just me. It's Trump or something like that. So
Oh, I think that was probably Foxy answering no apologies.
Because she was asking who was
Who is Agent
Agent
Orange? Yeah.
oh, okay. I'm like, what
Look
is
at
going
you.
on? Because I'm like, well, I
As the
feel
remember on our end, it's gonna put it in each of
oh,
our
yeah.
chats so
I
it
forgot we made
appears.
her.
Mhm.
Everybody is a owner now. I forgot about that. My bad. I'm like, who's typing this stuff? Because I'm not typing nothing. But but just getting back to what I was saying, they didn't care about the elderly people then. Remember, they all said that if they old and they don't live their life, so it's okay if they leave. And that's the same attitude that they're going to have about these people in the nursing homes. Because once again, America is the only place that don't care about their elderly people, don't honor them, don't care about their wisdom, don't care about their uh, life work that they've contributed to this country. They could care less. Once you hit a certain age, America just really want to get rid of you, and it's a damn shame that it's
Well,
like
that's
that.
true. And it's
If
true.
we
And
all stay together this one time,
Not the old
no
Negro spiritual
one
hymn.
will be left behind. Stand up. Y'all remember that song about Destiny's Child?
yes. And Ramona said, thank you. We need your prayers and help. Thank you for your support. Million, Foxy 2, Roxy 3. I said what I said. We appreciate you all. And we
You're
appreciate you too,
welcome.
Ramona. We are here for you.
We're gonna
And see,
definitely
that's what
be
a lot of
working to see
people
what we can do
need,
to help you guys out.
empathy and compassion, which he's lacking.
Yep.
And I'm glad, Robbins, their mayor, does have that compassion. Um, Dalton, their mayor, have that compassion.
And then the next
And
mayor of Harvey gonna have that compassion because it's gonna be Kobe Chapman. So they
hi,
getting there.
Ryan.
Okay, we got Ryan in the building. What's
Hey,
up,
Ryan.
Ryan? I
But you
just got
guys
back
in
from a meeting.
Harvey, but you guys in Harvey need to come together and get everybody ready, register, and get them registered to vote, and make sure that y'all can get him out of office because that's the only way things are gonna change. You got to
Well,
get
we
the people
probably,
involved.
we probably gonna have y'all probably gonna have to do some of them, uh, like resident what did they do like at the Dalton Park where everybody came together and I don't know what they actually did there, but I mean y'all probably gonna have to do some community building events and stuff or to
What you're
rally
going to have to
everybody
do is
together.
you got to find somebody that that has a strong rallying, way of rallying the people together. Bring them
Oh,
all
Mazurk,
to.
you know what? He has a really good like I love when he talk. He be getting me riled. He be getting me fired up when he talks.
Yeah, you're gonna need a real advocate.
Yeah, not a paid
They're froze.
uh
Oh, there you go.
actor. Speaking of paid actors, guys, I did an interview with someone who wanted to help, in the advocacy department with the shift event and with Jedediah. I know you guys, I understand, but this person's story is going to be important for you guys to hear, and I wanted to give them the platform. They wanted to share their story, so I gave them the platform to do it on. And we're going to be releasing the previews tomorrow, so you guys will be able to see that. It's going to also include a lot of screenshots and a lot of evidence and all that good stuff. So you guys will be able to see it from that person's perspective. And I'm going to release that tomorrow. But from there, we're also going to be working with her brother to try to get him some of the experience that he was looking for through going through investigating advocating. He wasn't able to get it. So you know what? OTR is going to step up, even though we don't like to, brag about anything or even say anything that we're doing. But we are going to go ahead and help this guy out. I mean, not help him out because he don't need our help. This man, they good. Trust me, they're good. He just wants some experience. So we're going to help him out.
Really, he gonna help us out.
He gonna help us out, really, to tell you the
That
truth.
part.
To me,
That part.
Exactly.
y'all know I gotta,
Exactly.
y'all know I gotta put it out there now. I can put
We
it out
gonna
there
be
right.
getting the help.
We're
And
gonna
we're
let's
gonna
put it like this.
begin to help, and we're gonna be appreciated
Yeah,
about.
we
We're
gonna
gonna appreciate
Absolutely.
him for it.
we're gonna help each other out. How about
It's
that?
gonna be a mutual thing,
The
right?
That'll
mutual,
work.
yeah. There you
Absolutely.
go.
Absolutely. I I wanted to actually put it out and say that because I want to hold myself to it and hold us to it. So it's on record now, so we don't have a choice. Um, but
Yeah, it's
yeah,
on record, not off the record.
I know this is on the record, not off the record. On and off. But yeah, so y'all be looking out for that. Kobe Chapman for mayor, like Ramona said. Yes, absolutely. Clark, we're staying on your neck until you unask that seat in Harvey.
Yes, and
Now time's
and
up,
we
partner. Time's up. We
You
need
done been figured out. We know why you trying to get the businesses shut down. You mad because you couldn't pay your own damn taxes and you lost your own business building. So now
right.
you mad and you trying to get these other businesses caught up and losing their businesses like you lost yours. You're a fucking
and
loser
also
and a
and
scumbag.
also you're getting sued, my brother, for malpractice as a lawyer. So now you're trying to get the money up to pay off the malpractice suits that you got coming at your way. Oh, don't think we don't have the receipts for that too.
Hello. Hey, what's up, Saint Sinner? Hey.
Bonds
You coming in
reality,
at the end, but
hello.
what's up, Bonds Reality? I thought we've been singing Bond, right?
Yeah, we said
So
hi to Vaughn. Yeah.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to continue to collect the receipts and show that this man is a fraud. He's sitting behind a desk and sitting in a chair, and he's a big fraud. So he's manipulating and trying to strong arm the residents for his own agenda, and he's a fraud. So I want you to answer Clocky Boy and Clocky Poo about all these malpractice lawsuits you have as a lawyer. What happened to all of them? What if you can't even be a good lawyer? You can't even be a good businessman. How you gonna run the city? So now we see why the city is going in the hole because you couldn't even handle your own business. You couldn't even handle being a lawyer and handle that business. And then now you want to come into the city and tear it up with something that you don't know what you're doing.
And you're a
So
tax evader.
exactly.
Tax you don't pay taxes, but you want to blame everybody and talk down on everybody else. Come
How
on
much
now.
have you paid on your taxes for your house that you got for them to watch for you?
Hmm. Let
And
us
you got the
know,
police
Clark.
watching your house and you ain't even paying the money that's owed for them. Oh,
You
oops.
can't even
Did I
release
say?
the financials of the damn city and get it just to get in compliance. What you
Right.
hiding,
And that's it.
Clark? What you
And part of
hiding?
that is for the police and the fire department. That's why you're not in compliance from the police and the fire department. So you hire them to stand and do all this for you, and you ain't doing what you need to do to make them whole. Make that make sense, Mr. Brother.
Yeah,
But
wait
yeah,
till we
yeah.
wait till we talk about these pension plans that he ain't planning correctly.
Hmm.
That
Well,
part. And then
guys,
some.
it's been a great night with you guys. We're so happy that y'all decided to spend a little time with us tonight on this great Wednesday night. We're getting ready to end the week. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And if y'all haven't done so, please hit that like button first off. Before y'all get up out of here, make sure that y'all hit that like button. If you haven't done so, press the subscribe button, click on the notification bell. Also, we are a team. We are off the record, but we all have individual channels. So if you haven't done so yet, please go to I Said What I Said. Make sure you subscribe to her channel, Foxy 2, Roxy 3. Make sure you guys subscribe to her channel. And of course, my channel, Mean with Opinion, and then our collective channel, Off the Record. I know that's a lot, guys. So, if you only want to subscribe to one other person than the person that you already subscribed to today, we can do with that. We can do one at a time. But make sure that you guys come for the next show because we're going to be releasing a lot of information. And other than that, I hope y'all have a
And we're
great
gonna
night.
also have some more guests to come on. You're not just gonna see us, but you're gonna be seeing some guests that want to come on and enlighten some things that happen in Dalton and Harvey
Yes,
too.
absolutely. And I said what I said. If you're talking, you're on mute.
I said, let me put our channels in the chat before we go, in case to make it easy if they want to subscribe to our individual channels before you
Awesome.
go. Yeah, so give me a sec here and let me work that out right quick.
And before we go, what's up, CKJ? He said, what's up? I said what I said.
Hey, CKJ, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what you did. I tried to email you back. It was the wrong thing, but thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh.
Much appreciated.
And
And
also, I want to give a shout out to all those that came in late and going to look at the replay. Please look at the replay and give us the thumbs up and subscribe if you can. We will really appreciate it, and we want to thank you for even coming to view the replays. Thank you.
Yeah, and don't forget
absolutely.
about OTR too, guys, because that is our new channel, and we are trying to grow that channel also. Although we're still streaming from it, we still want subscribers at that channel too, because eventually that's the channel that we want to do these shows on, so we can, do like Minion said, we all have our own channel, and we want to be able to, stream our content on our channels and do our show on OTR channel. So
Correct.
that's the
Correct.
channel we really want to try to focus on. So if you guys can, please subscribe to OTR channel also.
And no
Yes.
apologies. He lost the building for his real estate business. He lost it twice for unpaid taxes. And unfortunately, the second time that he lost it, he wasn't able to recoup it based on our sources. So
So now he retaliating.
so now he's retaliating against the businesses, and he's trying to charge them, or they gotta go, or they get boarded up and they can't go back into the business.
Well, you know what it is for him. I don't even know why I didn't think about that earlier. It's Mad Day for him. It's basically what's going on. It's Mad Day.
That's right.
Yeah, it's Mad Day, and baby, he is not
Look,
playing.
she say, "What? I know you lying. He ain't pay his tax." That's what I said.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, and
I
we
say,
look.
"I know you."
And if you go back, no
Let me
apology, just me. If you go back in the replay, you'll see the evidence of it.
actually. You know what? You ain't even got to go to the replay. I got you, girl. I got you. I got you. Let's just go ahead. You
That's what
see,
I got you, girl.
so this was the first. This was the first tax bill that Miss Pissy Chrissy went ahead and paid to get his property back. He had to go ahead and pay that 48K real quick. That clean 48, 345.77.
Mm.
But he wasn't able to do it the last time. So yeah. Clark don't be paying his bills on time.
Mm-hmm.
And then want to penalize other people. The nerve.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. You definitely welcome. Thank you for being here. No apologies. And thank
Yeah.
everybody else for being here. Did
I'll
we get
put
all the
hers in
channels in
too.
the chat?
I did. I'm
Yeah.
finished. Yeah, I got
Hey.
everybody. I got all 4 channels in the chat, so you guys can just subscribe to whoever channel you want to subscribe to, and
All right.
like Minion said, don't forget to click the notification bell so that you'll be
Absolutely.
notified whenever we go online.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, we are not going to waste any more of y'all time. We're going to let y'all get back to y'all regular scheduled programming. And we hope y'all have a great night. And we will see y'all on the
Yes.
next one.
And good
Bye.
night, everybody.
Good night.
said, yeah, no taking it back. It's truth with a twist and we had a little mess, but don't get it twisted, we still say it best. This ain't your mama's news, it's off the record, unfiltered, unbothered, undeniably black.